Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Gearhead Daily. And I received an email recently after I did my 4K giveaway contest, in which one of the winners sent me a very nice email, and I would like to share that with you. I got permission from this person to share the email, but I thought it was very thought-provoking in a number of different ways. So let me show you the email that was sent to me, because I had sent out some requests for information so that I could send out the books to people. As you know, I've written two automotive books, one on LT performance and then one how to swap LS motors into first and second gen Camaros and Firebirds. But basically, this is the email I got. It says, "Good morning, Eric. My name is Greg, a.k.a. Greg the Hammered, a screen name obviously derived from the pro wrestler. I want to thank you for your generous contest and your YouTube channel and content. Thank you for watching. Like many, I came across you on Ed Bolian's VinWiki channel. That was a great time, by the way. Ed's super nice guy. The content on your Gearhead Daily channel is just as timely, informative, and enjoyable. Again, thank you. I appreciate it. Your latest story on the BMW test drives was incredibly hilarious. Yep, and unfortunately true. I especially enjoyed the story of you and your son attending the car show for a different reason. I have been introducing my 11-year-old grandson, Blaine, to the Gearhead world and has jumped into it with both feet. We're both getting so much joy as it's drawn us closer together. I would have a request of you regarding your book that you are sending to me. Last year I was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's disease, as well as a challenge. As with every challenge in life, I'm going to fight this head on. Blaine recently told me that he will be there to help me fight this battle no matter what. If you're willing to and comfortable doing so, would you autograph your book and add Blaine to it, as he's my little hero and will be passing your book on to him later. If you aren't comfortable doing this, I'll certainly understand. Best of luck to you in all your pursuits. God bless. And yours, Greg. P.S. Once I retire the summer or fall this year, I plan to graduate up to either adding a motor to the Mad Mountain Bike or a go-kart with performance mods, of course. Once Gearhead, always a Gearhead. Sincerely, Greg and Blaine." I have absolutely no issue whatsoever signing the book for you. It's a request, and I will totally fulfill that as best I can. Hopefully, it finds you well, Greg. And interestingly enough, the man that I wrote the book with, Myron, also had some serious Parkinson's situations going on as well. So it's an interesting combination of things. But it got me, this email got me questioning a little bit, because I think it asks the question, why do we do what we do? Okay, I mean, I'm going to flip through some photos of here, because this is stuff I post on my Facebook page, and you know, it makes me wonder kind of why do we do the things we do. And I initially got into cars because I was just interested to see how things work, you know, how does stuff work? And when I found cars, and you only get to that age about 14, 15, 16 years old, and you realize, you know, if I have a cool car, you know, I'll be cool too. Or, you know, be popular with the ladies, but in reality, you know, it's just mostly other guys who like cars anyway. And then, you know, your passion kind of turns into a little bit, and then, you know, once you have a family, that's when you can start sharing things with people, and that for me is kind of the reason I'm still doing it now, which is I want to share all the stuff I have done with my family and my kids and pass it on to the next generation, because this is an extremely fun hobby. It's an extremely expensive hobby as well, but at the same time, you learn a lot. And I'll be honest, the car community is probably one of the probably nicest group of people I've ever met. If you've ever gone to the racetrack and had car issues, immediately there's 5 to 10 people either A, helping you push your car out of the way, because everybody's been there and it totally sucks to have a failure or breakdown, but it's just a different culture. Car culture is full of really helpful people who want to help you get back on the track, who really want to help you succeed. And I have yet to find that in many of the other endeavors that I've tried. For example, I play pool, I like to think, at a moderately competitive level. And most people don't really care if you get better or not, and that is, it's just not the same culture. Car culture, I've seen people borrow tools. People have lent me their entire truck and trailer at one point. I've seen other people do the exact same thing for people in need. It's just kind of the way the culture works. Now, you'll see more photos of my son here. My daughter's not as much into it, but it's always there, and she's always gotten rides in my cars and been, moderately interested in looking cool, but probably not to the same level that kind of my son is interested in it. Maybe it's a boy thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a boy dad situation, but I don't think it's limited to that. If she wants to wrench, totally cool. She wants to go look cool and drive around in my latest car, totally awesome too. Just timing, I guess. So, I look back at these things and I was like, okay, so when you have a family and you start realizing that you've done a lot of the things in life that you've wanted to, what's kind of the next cool thing? And the next cool thing is introducing, that one didn't work. Introducing the things that you enjoy to your family and to the people that you love and care about, and passing on the knowledge that you've learned. And unfortunately, I didn't really have much of a father figure in my life, and I've aimed to correct that in my life. Because it's important. It's important to me. I think dads are important, men are important, and it's kind of one of those things that I want to pass on to my kids, that building things, getting your hands dirty, putting your hands on stuff and creating something is truly remarkable. And I think we're losing that kind of hands-on work that we're doing. So I want to pass on some of that. And these are the neighborhood kids who used to come by all the time and ask me questions. And so finally, after a while, I just gave him a job because he would just sit there and ask me questions all day long. So I just said, you know what, here, do something. And I gave him a razor and helped him have him take all the tape off the car. So, but yeah, you want to pass this stuff on, to your kids, and it's introducing the next generation to it. And that's kind of one of the cool things I love watching my kids see and share the experience of movies. And like movies I love, I want to show them, like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, or, when they're older, I want to show them The Matrix, I want to show them Terminator when they're older, and like have this shared experience with kind of your little mini me version. But it really begged the question, why do we do what we do? And I think there's you get a certain interest in it to begin with. Certainly there was, again, didn't have a father figure, so nobody was really pushing me towards cars. I just thought it was something that was cool and interesting, and that you could tinker with these things, and you can make them faster and do different things and look different ways and perform different ways. I mean, it was this kind of unlimited capacity to do whatever you wanted, just whatever you wanted to do. And I think as I've gotten older and now have a family, I realize that life is these things that I enjoy doing are worth passing on to the next group of people. And when you have that shared experience, I think your passion for the thing, whatever it is, grows even further. And to me, this goes back to just being a parent and being a dad. This is a instance where I read to my son's class. I speak in front of huge groups all the time, and I really enjoy my job. But speaking in front of a group of second graders was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my entire life. You probably can't see it, but there's like huge pit stains from how nervous I was about speaking to a group of second graders. And I talked to rooms full of like really super smart people. So I don't know why that was more nerve-wracking than anything else, but I had a great time and I really enjoyed doing it. But just sharing the passion with the next generation, your family, the people you interact with, and the people you meet. Just like at the autocross here, that I've interacted with several dozen people that I really enjoy being with and hanging out with, and sharing stories and telling funny jokes, and just generally being kind of doofuses sometimes. But I think that is kind of half the fun in it. So, my wife enjoys hanging out and helping me in the garage whenever I ask. She likes riding shotgun, and of course, you've seen the story where we took the road trip with the Corvette all the way from Arkansas, all the way back to Minnesota. But I think it's a hobby for the whole family, and again, have yet to find a group of people more helpful and willing and understanding than the car community, especially race car folks. When it doesn't matter if it's drifting or autocross or whatever. There's always somebody who's gonna jump in and help because they just love the passion as much as it was. I've had a breakdown once. I had 10 people jump in trying to help me diagnose the issue. It was pretty cool. So why do we do it? Lots of reasons, but I've found a new reason for me, and that is to pass it on to the next generation. Hopefully I'm passing on what I'm learning to my kids, and they will get something out of it and have a new appreciation as well. So anyway, what's your reason for doing it? Let me know in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, that would be great. Hit the thumbs up if you can. Otherwise, have a good rest of the day.